Hello. So I am here at this little kind of empty lot area in Grand Haven, Michigan. And I'm doing a check-in. It's actually been kind of a while. One of the people who have been following these videos told me they actually like the check-in videos better than the songs, which I appreciate hearing because I'm more insecure about my ramblings. Although I'm insecure about how repetitive and also like unformed a lot of the songs are too, but I just figure it's a pretty weird thing to write a song every single day, and people must know I have a life and I'm not like crafting these. I'm more like improvising a song every day. So anyway, so I wanted to do a little, okay, hold on one second. I was just trying to get out my ukulele in case I want to strum soothingly while I talk to you. Or myself. Talk to whatever. So yeah, this is day 140, I think. And it's going fine. I'm enjoying doing it. And probably helps that it's summer and it's nice out a lot, and I have my daytimes free for my job, so it's pretty peaceful, even though I've been pretty busy. I got really busy in June with doing 2 Jessica and the Rainbow shows, one at the DAC that I really enjoyed, and whoops, I didn't delete things before I started. Anyway, so I had a cloud light practice last night. That was good. Ran through all our songs. We haven't gotten together it's pretty much since the release show back in late May. The not really releasing, but it was, friends and family release show. So that was good to get together again. Historically, I have a little bit of a hard time juggling lots of things. I find myself wanting to compartmentalize everything that I'm working on and like do them in chapters, kind of like their assignments at school, and kind of like, finals and assignments due at different times, and then I would like prioritize based on which thing was more pressing or due sooner or whatever, and it didn't work really well this past month with kind of just putting Cloud Light on hold. So I'm going to hope to learn to balance that in with still being, the whole Jessica and the Rainbow thing. I don't know. It's weird to create a persona that's really just me and then try to like grow. I don't know. Do I even want to talk about this? Probably not. I read something recently by an Instagram poster who even said her own Instagram account felt like a persona she'd created. I don't know. I guess more what I need to do in order to be happy is focus on the things that feel unfinished that bother me. Because life is obviously all unfinished. I mean, we're always getting new ideas of things we want to do or try, or vacations we want to take, or anything that's going well, we want it to grow. So that is obvious. So but I think I need to get kind of more realistic about my time usage in terms of if I only had 6 months left to live, or a year or something. I know that's morbid, but that actually helps me. Like, which things would just fall away immediately as not important to me, and which things would I want to keep working on, and same things with friendships and any other unresolved stuff at all. So that helps me to think like, oh, okay, I was starting to think I had so many projects that I was behind on for my Jessica and the Rainbow stuff, but I think it's ultimately just 2 albums, I realized the other day. It's an album that's a collaboration with Elizabeth Blair and Hunter Zhao and maybe other people, and that one's on hold a lot because they're really busy people. So we've been working on that on and off for like over a year, maybe even 2 years at this point. Mostly just letting it sit, waiting for it to have deadlines based on whenever I give us deadlines. But And then there's just one other album of all these songs I keep playing at live shows, and I really, you know, it's weird. I just always add new things to my plate and my schedule, including this 365 days challenge, rather than just get faster at releasing these albums. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody cares what I do. And I think that's hard for me to grapple with. Like, each of our own lives feels like a planet. Like, we think all the decisions, well, I think all the decisions I make or don't make have some sort of meaning. Maybe other people aren't that self-involved or narcissistic. I don't mean to be, but I just feel like we're all trapped inside our own heads. So, you know, I'm aware of my own projects that are lacking or that are good, or I'm aware of my own ways that I'm a good human to the people around me and ways that I'm not to other people. I don't know. And it's hard to break out of that. It's hard to stop seeing everything through your own lens all the time. But I think it's worthwhile to try. So it's a good reminder for me to know, like, okay, well, the world doesn't end if I don't release these albums, obviously. Even my own little nucleus right around me of my friends and family doesn't end. Like, nobody needs these. So there must be something in me that needs to put these out. And I don't know what that is. But see, even tearing up a little bit behind there. And I guess that's worth something. I guess we all have things like that we just feel like we have to do, like we're meant to do. Maybe for some people it's have a family. I don't know. But for me, like, when I stumble on something that feels important, like I have to do it, why do I put so much time in between that realization that I have to do it and when I actually do it? It's the strangest procrastination/perfectionism thing. So I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to, but my way of trying to get better at it is journaling a ton and rambling, to myself all the time. I journal so much, but it's... Okay, so, yeah, take 3. I better wrap this up because my phone is clearly pretty full. But basically, just been feeling challenged a lot by the things that I'm choosing to do with my life, and maybe that's a good thing. Obviously, the 365 days songwriting challenge is a challenge. Otherwise I wouldn't have called it a challenge. And it's a good exercise, but I don't want to lose sight of the things that I can do with my time and my life that are maybe a little more listenable for people who, don't want to hear somebody's raw process, which is probably a lot of people. I would imagine if you look at the music industry, it's definitely skewed towards things that are pretty polished. Although I'll bet a lot of people don't know that polished albums that are on a label often cost, well over $10,000 to produce. And so indie musicians, we do the best we can with our limited resources, or we do fundraising. But you may not know this, but that's why a lot of us have to choose between either fundraising, putting all our money in it, or sounding kind of like punk, lo-fi. Because it really costs a lot of money to make music that matches up with what the industry expects, or what people expect after how much they've been exposed to very expensive, high-quality music. High quality from a perspective of like an expensive studio and engineers and their time. So, nothing against any of that, but most of us just don't have the money to do that for the amount of inspiration and creativity that we have inside of us. So it can be a frustrating kind of uphill battle. So if you're one of those songwriters or musicians and you've tried to do projects and you felt like you failed, you have my support. I love you. I think you're great. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just a strange system. If you think back even 50 years, 100 years, the system's been different at every interval. And we're just in a very new time where you can put out a lot of stuff really easily, but to make it high quality, to make it competitive with the industry is actually really difficult and expensive. So, keep your chin up. Know that whatever you're doing is probably the best you can do with the situation, the way it's set up, and that's cool. And if you want to try harder at something, have a go at it. I guess that's where I'm at, is I'm recognizing that I need to choose my absolute favorite songs to put lots of money and time into, and then let the other stuff, like all of this stuff, just be kind of passing and transient like water, because I don't have the kind of money or time to make it any higher quality. So, I don't know. If it's interesting to you, cool, keep following me. If it's inspiring, awesome. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I hope people are inspired to just create more. That's kind of my whole goal. I wrote an article on it. I'll put a link in this video, but it was inspired and requested by someone who works for the Rapidian, and after hearing about my challenge. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really proud of that. It was a chance to tell my story of why I'm doing all these songs and how much I hope to be inspiring others. So I called myself a creativity activist. Anyway, I hope you're well, and yeah, I hope you have a great day and get out and enjoy the sunshine if you have sunshine around you. If not, and it's rainy, I was actually out a little bit in the rain yesterday, and that was nice too. Or maybe that was the day before. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Bye.